Hello students, today's topic haloalkanes and haloarenes. So haloalkanes and haloarenes, these are halogenated hydrocarbons, aliphatic and aromatic. And there are different types of aliphatic halogenated hydrocarbons. In aliphatic halogenated hydrocarbons, first one, monohalides. Dihalides, trihalides, tetrahalides, tetrahalides. So monohalides, which contains only one halogen, they're nothing but alkyl halides, monohalogen derivatives of alkanes. Dihalides, which contains two halogen, trihalides, three halogen atom, tetrahalides, four halogen atom. Now, the classification of monohalides with respect to hybridized state of carbon atom. Monohalides based on hybridized state of carbon atom. Halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. First one is alkyl halides. Alkyl halides. These are monohalogen derivatives of alkanes, where halogen atom is attached to saturated carbon atom, sp3 hybridized carbon, sp3 hybridized carbon. For example, CH3, CH2X, this is sp3 hybridized carbon. We can take bromoethane or chloroethane or methyl chloride. Now, next one about the allyl halides. Halogen atom is attached to allyl group. In allyl group, sp3 hybridized carbon atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. This is sp2. This one is sp3. sp3. Simple example for allyl halide is allyl chloride. CH2 double bond CH, CH2 Cl, allyl chloride. Next one is benzyl halide. Benzyl halide. So in benzyl halide, halogen atom is attached to benzyl group. Okay. Benzene ring with side chain CH2. This carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Example for benzyl halide, benzyl chloride, benzyl chloride. So next classification, where halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, sp2 hybridized carbon atom. First one, vinylic halides. Vinylic halide. So in vinylic halide, halogen atom is attached to vinyl group, sp2 hybridized carbon, CH2 double bond CH. This is vinyl group X. Vinyl chloride, CH2 double bond CH, Cl. One more about the haloarenes. Haloarenes, aromatic. Halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom of benzene ring. Example, chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene. One more, where halogen atom is attached to sp hybridized carbon atom. Alkyl halide, CH, triple bond, C, X. Halogen atom is attached to sp hybridized carbon. So all these are examples for monohalides. In dihalides, there are two halogen atoms. There are two types of dihalides, geminal dihalides, vicinal dihalides, and one more where two halogen atoms attached to terminal carbon atom. The important one is geminal dihalides and vicinal dihalides. In vicinal dihalides, halogen atoms are attached to adjacent carbon atoms. Vicinal dihalides. CH2X, CH2X. Geminal dihalides, geminal. In geminal dihalides, both the halogen atoms are attached to same carbon atom. There are two halogen, it is attached to same carbon atom. This is about dihalides. In trihalides, there are three halogens. We can take the example of chloroform. Tetrahalides, carbon tetrachloride, carbon tetrachloride. About the preparation of haloalkanes, methods of preparation of haloalkanes. Preparation of haloalkanes. First one about the halogenation of alkenes. Halogenation of alkenes. Here, chlorination is carried out in presence of diffuse sunlight. Bromination is carried out at high temperature. So, bromination is preferred among the halogen, among the other halogens. And when you carry out a bromination, tertiary hydrogen atom can be easily replaced by bromine other than the secondary and primary, So this particular reaction depends on the types of hydrogen atoms like primary hydrogen, secondary hydrogen and tertiary hydrogen. Fluorination is highly exothermic and explosive. Iodination reaction is reversible because where hydrogen iodide is formed, hydrogen iodide acts as a strong reducing agent. Therefore, iodination is carried out in presence of strong oxidizing agent like iodic acid, HiO3, periodic acid, HiO4, nitric acid, where Hi on treating with periodic acid. Oxidizing agent dissociates hydrogen iodide to give iodine. So, iodination reaction is carried out in the presence of strong oxidizing agents. Now, if you consider the reaction with propane reacts with chlorine in presence of diffuse sunlight. It gives a mixture of two products, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl, and CH3, CH, Cl, and CH3. So second method, starting from alcohols, When alcohols treated with hydrogen halide HX or on treating with phosphorus trichloride or phosphorus pentachloride or thionyl chloride. Here carbon to oxygen bond cleavage takes place. Carbon to oxygen bond cleavage takes place. OH group is replaced by halogen R CH2X. In this case, OH group is replaced by chloro group. Here also RCH2Cl, RCH2Cl. Now, in the first reaction, you should know the order of reactivity of hydrogen halides. About the order of reactivity of hydrogen halides, HI is more reactive than HBr. HBr is more reactive than HCl. As well as order of reactivity of alcohols. Since it undergo carbon to oxygen bond cleavage, tertiary alcohols are more reactive than secondary. Secondary is more reactive than primary. This depends on the stability of carbocation. Stability of carb. Now, when you take PCl3, byproduct is H3PO3, orthophosphorus acid. When you take PCl5, byproduct is POCl3 and HCl. When alcohol is treated with thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine, pyridine acts as the base. Here, the impurities are sulfur dioxide is evolved and HCl that reacts with pyridine. Therefore, the obtained chloroalkane is more pure in this method. This method is also called as Darzin's method. It's called as Darzin's method. So this is about conversion of alcohols to haloalkanes. Now, next method from alkenes. Alkenes, by addition reaction, we can convert into haloalkanes. From alkenes. So alkenes, unsymmetrical alkenes, reacts with hydrogen halides. It undergoes addition reaction. During addition reaction, it follows Markovnikov's rule that gives secondary haloalkane. So during Markovnikov's addition, electro is an example for electrophilic addition. An intermediate ion is carbocation. The final product that depends on the stability of carbocation. So in the last step, nucleophile goes to more stable carbocation. Now, we'll go for one example. Propene, CH3, CH, double bond CH2. When reacts with HBr, it follows Markovnikov's rule that gives 2-bromopropane. When it reacts with HCl, here also it follows Markovnikov's rule. CH3, CH, Cl, CH3. Now, when the propene reacts with HBr in presence of peroxide catalyst, here it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. Anti-Markovnikov rules follows free radical mechanism. It gives CH3, CH2, CH2Br, 1-bromopropane. This is about conversion of alkenes to haloalkanes. Now, next method is very important method. Fourth one. It's called as Hunsdieker's reaction. Conversion of silver salt of carboxylic acid to haloalkane. And this method is suitable for bromides. In this method, silver salt of carboxylic acid is heated with bromine in presence of CCl4. That gives alkyl bromides, liberating carbon dioxide and AgBr, silver bromide. Another byproduct is silver bromide. Now just observe this reaction. Number of carbon atom decreased by 1. First it undergoes decarboxylation. CO group is removed, followed by halogenation, bromination. Decarboxylation followed by halogenation. In competitive examination, they'll extend this reaction. On heating with alcoholic potash, that gives alkene. Then they connect initial reactant and the product, which silver salt is used to prepare alkene. Just you remember here in this second step, dehydrohalogenation, number of carbon atom remains same. If you go for the first step, you have to increase number of carbon atom by 1. For example, in this method, ethene is obtained. So which silver salt is taken? The formula of ethene is CH2 double bond CH2. The reactant should contain 3 carbon atoms. That means CH3, CH2, COOAG. So when silver propionate is subjected to Huns-Dicker's reaction, that gives ethyl bromide. Ethyl bromide on heating with alcoholic potash gives ethene. Like this, question will frame in the competitive examination. So first step is Huns-Dicker's reaction. It follows decarboxylation, then bromination or halogenation. Okay. So these are the different methods in the preparation of haloalkanes. Now the next method about the halide exchange. Okay. Now, so one of the exceptional case of Huns-Dicker's reaction, iodides cannot be used because when you take iodides RCOOAG, I2 in presence of CCl4. Here it gives ester. Ester is formed. RCOO or ester is formed. Therefore, iodides cannot be used in Huns-Dicker's reaction. Now, next about halide exchange. There are 2 methods. Both the methods are very, very important. Halide exchange method. In halide exchange method, first one is Finkelstein reaction. Finkelstein reaction. So in Finkelstein reaction, alkyl chlorides or bromides are converted into iodides by treating with sodium iodide in acetone, dry acetone, sodium iodide in dry acetone. Chlorides or bromides converted into iodides using sodium iodide in dry acetone. We'll write like this: Rx. X may be chloro group or bromo group. This reacts with sodium iodide in acetone. That gives iodide, and byproduct is sodium halide. So students, when you learn the organic reaction, be thorough with general reaction. This is general reaction. Here, this is general reaction. Once you thorough with general reaction, then work out the examples based on the general equation. Then you can easily memorize almost all organic reactions. Now, we'll take one example. See, methyl chloride on treating with sodium iodide in acetone, which compound is formed? Methyl iodide is formed. Now, next about Schwartz reaction. Schwartz reaction. In Schwartz reaction, chlorides and bromides are converted into fluorides by treating with metallic fluorides like silver fluoride, cobalt fluoride, antimony fluoride. Rx, reacts with silver fluoride. Any metallic fluorides you can take. Now, halogen atom is replaced by fluorine and byproduct is AgX. So if you take methyl chloride, CH3Cl, the main product is CH3F, methyl fluoride, and byproduct is silver chloride, AgCl. So these are the different methods in the preparation of haloalkane. Next, about the properties of haloalkanes. In properties of haloalkanes, you have to focus on the melting point and the boiling point. So as the molecular mass increases, melting point and boiling point also increases. Properties. Melting point and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point. Okay. So melting point and boiling point increases as the molecular size increases or molecular mass increases. Second one, about the boiling point. About the boiling point. If there is same alkyl group differ by halogen for same alkyl group, for same alkyl group, iodide, bromide and chloride. This is a decreasing order of boiling point. For the same halogen atom, as the size of the alkyl group decreases, boiling point decreases. For same halogen atom, if halogen atom is same, CH3, CH2, CH2X, CH3, CH2X, and CH3X. Here halogen atom is same, but they differ by size of alkyl group. So as the size of the alkyl group decreases, the boiling point decreases. Then among the isomeric haloalkanes, isomers, as the branching increases, boiling point decreases. Why boiling point decreases? When branching increases, surface area decreases. As a result, van der Waals force of attraction decreases. Hence, boiling point decreases. Now, we can take the example of normal butyl chloride, CH3, CH2, CH2Cl, CH3, CH3, CH2Cl, isobutyl chloride, CH3, CH3, tertiary butyl chloride. They're isomers. As the branching increases, boiling point decreases. Branching increases, boiling point decreases. So next about the density. Iodides are having more density as the size of the halogen increases. This is about the decreasing order of density. Next, about the strength of carbon to halogen bond. Strength of carbon to halogen bond. Strength of the halogen bond, carbon to halogen bond. Again, that depends on the size of the halogen atom. As the size of the halogen atom increases, strength decreases. Therefore, here CF, then comes Cl, bromo, and iodo. So as the size of the halogen increases, strength of carbon to halogen bond decreases. Next, about dipole moment. For the same alkyl group, They differ by halogen atom. Methyl chloride has got highest dipole moment than the methyl fluoride. Then comes methyl bromide, then methyl iodide, methyl iodide. Here we can relate these two based on the size. Fluoride is smaller size than the fluoro group. Or chloro group has got high electron gain enthalpy than the fluorine. So these are the important physical properties of haloalkanes. Next, moving on to chemical properties. So haloalkanes are reactive compounds due to the presence of halogen atom. So due to the presence of halogen atom, polarity is developed between the carbon to halogen bond, where halogen acquires negative charge and carbon acquires partially positive charge. Rx. So due to the presence of halogen atom, haloalkanes are very reactive. And haloalkanes undergo different types of reaction: nucleophilic substitution reaction, elimination reaction, reduction reaction, and reaction with metals. First, we'll go for nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Here, halogen atom is replaced by nucleophiles. There are many examples for nucleophilic substitution reaction. So when haloalkane reacts with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, halogen atom is replaced by OH group. Aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide, halogen atom is replaced by OH group. Or moist silver oxide, here also halogen atom is replaced by OH group. OH group acts as a nucleophile. Halogen atom is replaced by nucleophiles. Similarly, next one, reaction with alcoholic ammonia. This reaction is a vigorous reaction. So in the first stage, halogen atom is replaced by amino group that gives primary amine. Then reaction continues. Primary amine reacts with haloalkane to give secondary amine. Secondary amine further reacts with the haloalkane to give tertiary amine. Tertiary. Till a reaction takes place due to the presence of hydrogen atom in amine. But in the last step, due to the presence of lone pair of electron on nitrogen atom, that results in the form of quaternary ammonium salt. Quaternary ammonium salt. This is a reaction with alcoholic ammonia. Next one, reaction with alcoholic potassium cyanide, KCN, alcoholic potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide is an example for ionic compound. Therefore, here, when haloalkane reacts with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide, that gives cyanohydrocarbon. Then cyanohydrocarbon subjected to hydrogenation, that gives amine, or CH2NH2, amine is formed. Now, when cyanohydrocarbon is subjected to partial hydrolysis, that gives amide, RCONH2, amide. When it is subjected to complete hydrolysis, that gives carboxylic acid. Here they can frame the question right from haloalkanes to this product or any of the product. So when you learn this is general equations. If you study like this, you can save a lot of time in organic chemistry. And any example if they give, the same way reaction takes place. Next one, reaction with alcoholic solution of silver cyanide, AgCN. Here silver cyanide is an example for covalent compound. Therefore, here during the reaction, nitrogen is involved in the reaction. That gives isocyanide, carbylamine, isocyanide is formed. And this isocyanide is subjected to reduction. That gives secondary amine. Secondary amine is formed. When it is subjected to hydrolysis, that gives primary amine, and important byproduct is formic acid. Formic acid. Next one, reaction with alcoholic solution of potassium nitrite. Potassium nitrite. Here it contains K plus and ONO minus. So it gives alkyl nitrite. Alkyl nitrite. If same reaction is carried out in presence of alcoholic solution of silver nitrite, AgNO2, that gives nitrohydrocarbon. Nitrohydrocarbon. Some more reactions here. Reaction with, this is example for nucleophilic substitution reaction. I'll write here. Reaction with alcoholic solution of sodium alkoxide, R dash ONA. Haloalkanes reacts with sodium alkoxide, that gives ether, RO R dash, ether is formed. Or haloalkanes reacts with alcoholic solution of silver acetate, alcoholic solution of silver acetate, that gives ester, CH3COOR, ester is formed. This is ether. All these are examples for nucleophilic substitution reaction. And there are two types of nucleophilic substitution reaction, that is SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction. We'll go for SN1 reaction. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, where order of the reaction is 1. And it involves 2 steps. SN1 reaction. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. About the order of reactive haloalkanes towards SN1, tertiary, secondary, primary, haloalkanes. So when haloalkanes reacts with aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, that gives alcohol, the general reaction. You can take tertiary butyl bromide. The order of the reaction, it depends only on the concentration of haloalkane. Therefore, order of the reaction is equal to 1. So how order depends only on the haloalkane, concentration of haloalkane? Since it involves 2 steps, in the step number 1, now I'll take tertiary butyl bromide, CH3, Br. First step is ionization of tertiary butyl bromide. This step is slow step. Step number 2, attack of nucleophile. So carbocation is planar in geometry. Therefore, nucleophile can attack from any side, either left hand side or right hand side. Planar. So nucleophile attacks on it to give tertiary butyl alcohol. Now, during the formation of tertiary butyl alcohol, that forms a racemic mixture. And this step is fast step. Rate of the reaction that depends on the slow step. In slow step, there is only one reactant haloalkane. Therefore, order of the reaction is 1, and racemization is observed in SN1 mechanism. Next about SN2 reaction, bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, SN2. Order of the reaction is 2. It involves only one step. About the order of reactivity of haloalkane towards SN2, primary, secondary and tertiary. The rate of the reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of haloalkane as well as nucleophile. Therefore, order is equals to 2. About the mechanism. When you consider methyl bromide CH3Br reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH, that gives a methanol CH3OH, methanol and sodium bromide. It involves only one step. Attack of nucleophile and elimination of haladion takes place simultaneously. This forms a transition state. Okay. A transition state that helps to eliminate bromide ion. When it eliminates bromide ion, that results in the inversion in configuration. Inversion in configuration. Opposite to the first one. In the first reactant, bromo group is on the right hand side. We are replacing bromo group OH group. So we are expecting OH group on the right hand side. But in the product, OH group on the left hand side. So inversion in configuration takes place. So SN2 mechanism that leads to inversion. SN1 racemization. SN2 order is 2 because rate of reaction depends on both concentration of haloalkane as well as nucleophile. This is about mechanism of SN1 and SN2 reaction. So next one about the elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. So when haloalkanes reacts with potassium, alcoholic solution of potassium hydroxide, it undergoes dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation reaction. To give alkene. But alcoholic potash, ethanolic potash, it acts as a dehydrohalogenating agent. If dehydrohalogenation of haloalkane involves 2 steps, 2 ways. In that case, the reaction prefers according to Seyds-Inert rule. According to Seyds-Inert rule, most stable compound is formed by eliminating hydrogen atom adjacent to carbon atom containing halogen, which contain less number of hydrogen atoms. That's called as Seyds-Inert rule. Now, look here. If you consider 2-bromopentane, 2-bromopentane. On heating with alcoholic solution of potassium hydroxide. So this is alpha carbon atom. These two are beta carbon atom. Beta elimination takes place. If you number the carbon atom, this first carbon, second, third, fourth, and fifth. If first carbon atom loses hydrogen, that gives 1-pentene. 1-pentene. If third carbon atom loses hydrogen, that leads to give 2-pentene. 2-pentene is formed. So 2-pentene is major product. That is according to Seyds-Inert rule. The carbon atom containing less number of hydrogen atom that eliminates hydrogen. So third one contains less number of hydrogen. Therefore, this eliminates hydrogen atom that leads to give 2-pentene as the major product. Okay. So this is about dehydrohalogenation reaction. So after dehalogenation reaction, then reaction with reduction reaction. When haloalkane is subjected to reduction reaction, that gives alkane. And this reaction that depends on the different types of reducing agent. Just you have to remember about the different types of reducing agent. The product is same. When haloalkane is reduced with zinc and dilute HCl or zinc copper couple in alcohol or sodium in alcohol or lithium aluminium hydride. We can go for any of the reducing agent that gives respective hydrocarbon. Respective hydrocarbon is formed. Or you can take hydrogen in presence of nickel, platinum or palladium as a catalyst that gives corresponding hydrocarbon. Next, reaction with metals. Reaction with metals. First one, reaction with magnesium. Reaction with magnesium. When haloalkanes reacts with magnesium in ether, dry ether, it gives very important compound, organic compound called Grignard reagent. So using Grignard reagent, almost all organic compounds can be synthesized. Okay. Next, about a reaction with sodium. Reaction with sodium. It's called as Wurtz reaction. Wurtz reaction. Haloalkane reacts with metallic sodium in dry ether. Dry ether. That gives higher hydrocarbon. This reaction is called as Wurtz reaction. So two alkyl groups, they link together. Usually, if you take same haloalkane, that gives alkane with even number of carbon atoms. So this method is suitable for the preparation of alkanes with even number of carbon atoms. We'll take example. Okay, here R and R dash is alkyl group, X is a halogen atom. CH3, CH2, CH2Cl, 1 chloropropane. I'll write like this. Reacts with metallic sodium in ether medium. That gives hexane, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Hexane is formed. When you consider isopropyl chloride, now two isopropyl groups link together, CH3, CH, CH3. That gives 2,3 dimethyl butane. 2,3 dimethyl butane. 2,3 dimethyl butane is formed. If we take two different haloalkane, that gives a mixture of three products. Methyl chloride reacts with metallic sodium in presence of with ethyl chloride in presence of dry ether. That gives three products. One is ethane, other one is butane, other one is propane, CH3 and ethyl group. Like this reaction takes. Similar to this, there is one more reaction called Frankland's reaction, where instead of sodium, zinc is used. The same kind of products are formed. That reaction is called as Frankland reaction. Frankland reaction. Okay. This is about Wurtz reaction. So after Wurtz reaction, next about the optical isomerism in haloalkanes. First about optical activity, the property of a compound which exhibit optical means which exhibit or which differ in the direction of rotation of plane of polarized light. Some compounds may rotate plane of polarized right hand side, dextrorotatory and levorotatory. Such compounds are called as optically active compound. And condition to exhibit optical activity, they should be chiral carbon. They should not be plane of symmetry in the molecule. What about chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon? 4 different groups attached to the carbon atom. Such carbon atom is called as chiral carbon. If compound possesses chiral carbon and if there is no plane of symmetry, such compound exhibit optical activity. For example, 2-bromobutane, CH3, CH, Br, CH2 and CH3. So there is one chiral carbon. This is chiral carbon. Because there are 4 different groups attached to the carbon. And there is no plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry means it is an imaginary plane or real plane which divide the molecule into two equal halves, exactly into 2 equal halves. That plane is called as plane of symmetry. There is no plane of symmetry. Therefore, this compound is optically active compound. It is optically active. And there are 2 types of rotation, dextro to the right hand side, levo towards the left hand side. Next here, term about the enantiomer. Enantiomer is optically active compound. Their mirror images are not superimposable. That's called enantiomer. The chiral molecule, it contains chiral carbon atom and the mirror image is not superimposable. Achiral molecule where mirror images are superimposable. And one more term is called diastereomers. These are the optically active isomers that differ in their physical properties. And such optical active isomers, they are called as diastereomers. They have different physical properties and they have the magnitude of specific rotation. Different magnitude of specific rotation. Such optical active isomers are called as diastereomers. About the meso compounds, these are the compound which contains 2 or more even number of chiral carbon and there is plane of symmetry. So due to the plane of symmetry, they are optically inactive. And why they are optically inactive? That's due to internal compensation. Now, we'll take one example. CH3, CH, Cl, CH, CH3, Cl. Now look here. There is plane of symmetry. One half of the molecule is the exact mirror image of other half. Such compounds are called as meso compounds. This compound is meso 2,3 dichlorobutane. If we represent like this, CH3, C, Cl, H, C, Cl, H, CH3. Now there is no plane of symmetry. This compound exhibits optical activity. This optical active compound. This compound is called 2,3 dichlorobutane. When there is plane of symmetry, such compound is called as meso compound. So this is about optical activity. Next, moving on to haloarenes. haloarenes. So about the preparation of haloarenes, direct halogenation of benzene, halogenation process. When benzene, it reacts with chlorine in presence of halogen carrier, ferric chloride, that gives chlorobenzene. Or you can take bromine, that gives bromobenzene. Second method, using salt of aromatic carboxylic acid, decarboxylation process. This on heating with soda lime, decarboxylation takes place, that gives chlorobenzene. Or you can go for Hunsdieker's process, Hunsdieker's reaction. Silver salt of benzoic acid, when heated with bromine in presence of CCl4, that gives bromobenzene. Next one from benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. There are different types of reaction. When benzene diazonium chloride reacts with cuprous chloride in presence of HCl, that gives chlorobenzene. Cuprous bromide in presence of HBr, that gives bromobenzene. So these two are called as Sandmeyer's reaction. Example for Sandmeyer's reaction. There is one more set of reaction where benzene diazonium chloride reacts with copper in presence of HCl, or copper in presence of HBr, chlorobenzene, and here bromobenzene, bromine. These two are example for Guttermann's reaction. Guttermann's reaction. One more reaction where diazo group is replaced by iodo group by treating with potassium iodide. It gives iodobenzene. Or replacement of diazo group by fluoro group. Direct fluorination not possible. Here, this reacts with HbF4, fluoroboric acid. That gives an intermediate compound. Then this intermediate compound on heating, it gives fluorobenzene, liberating nitrogen. Another compound is boron trifluoride. So this set of reaction is very, very important. The conversion of benzene diazonium chloride to different types of haloarenes, The next one about the so properties of haloarenes. Haloarenes are less reactive compared to haloalkanes. In haloarenes, halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon, and in chlorobenzene, if you consider chlorobenzene, it exhibits plus M effect, positive mesomeric effect. Or when you consider only carbon to halogen bond that exhibit minus I effect. So both minus I effect as well as positive mesomeric effect operates in the same molecule. So because of plus M effect, carbon to halogen single bond becomes double bond. The bond length decreases. Halogen atom is strongly attached to the carbon atom. It cannot be replaced by nucleophiles under normal condition. Therefore, haloarenes are less reactive than the haloalkanes. Now, some of the reactions of haloarenes, we'll take it as a chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene. So when chlorobenzene reacts with sodium hydroxide at 300 degrees Celsius under pressure, where chloro group is replaced by OH group, that gives phenol, and this process is called as Dawes process, conversion of chlorobenzene to phenol. That's called as Dawes process. Reacts with sodium hydroxide at high temperature under pressure, that gives phenol. Okay. Similarly, when chlorobenzene, it reacts with magnesium in presence of tetrahydrofuran, that gives aryl magnesium chloride, phenyl magnesium chloride. Reaction with ammonia in presence of cuprous oxide, chloro group is replaced by amino group, that gives aniline. Then reaction with methyl chloride, CH3Cl, in presence of sodium, haloarene with haloalkane in metallic sodium ether. That reaction is called as Wurtz-Fittig reaction. In Wurtz-Fittig reaction, it gives methyl benzene. It's called as Wurtz-Fittig reaction. If chlorobenzene reacts with metallic sodium only in ether medium, that gives diphenyl or biphenyl. This reaction is called as Fittig reaction. Just observe this, in all the reaction, the substituent, that is halogen atom, is involved in the reaction. Similarly, here, in the conversion of chlorobenzene to phenol, the nucleophilic substitution reaction, it takes place at high temperature and suitable pressure. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, rate of reaction can be increased in the presence of electron withdrawing group. So as the number of electron withdrawing group attached to the benzene ring increases, temperature decreases. Now just look here in the example, chlorobenzene, the derivative para-nitrochlorobenzene. This reacts with sodium hydroxide at around 440 or 48 Kelvin. Chloro group is replaced by OH group. Para-nitrophenol is formed. Now, in the next compound, number of electron withdrawing group increases. There are 2 nitro group. As the electron withdrawing group increases, the reactivity increases. This reaction is carried out in presence of sodium hydroxide and temperature is 368 Kelvin. Chloro group is replaced by OH group. 2,4 dinitrophenol is formed. One more reaction where there are 3 nitro group attached to the benzene ring of chlorobenzene. 3 nitro group. This is just by warming. In presence of sodium hydroxide, chloro group is replaced by OH group. This compound is called as picric acid. It's called as picric acid. When you compare this first reaction, this is carried out at high temperature. In presence of nitro group, temperature decreases. Temperature decreases. That shows in presence of electron withdrawing group, rate of nucleophilic substitution reaction increases. The next one about the electrophilic aromatic substitution. Electrophilic aromatic substitution. So in electrophilic aromatic substitution, chlorobenzene, chloro group, it acts as ortho and para directing group because of positive mesomeric effect or positive resonance effect. So yeah, when it subjected to chlorination in presence of ferric chloride, that gives a mixture of two products, ortho-dichlorobenzene and para-dichlorobenzene. Or in nitration, nitrating mixture, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, it gives ortho and para-nitro derivative. Similarly, with Friedel-Crafts alkylation, CH3Cl and anhydrous aluminium chloride, it gives ortho and para product. Friedel-Crafts acylation, CH3COCl, in presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride. Here ortho and para. Chloro, acetophenone is formed, aromatic compound. Semi-sulfonation also answered by chlorobenzene. So one more important set of reaction. So when chlorobenzene that reacts with lithium in dry ether, it gives aryl lithium compound. Here instead of chloro group, we can take bromo group also, bromobenzene. And whatever the byproduct, lithium bromide is formed. Similarly, when the bromobenzene reacts with cuprous cyanide, CuCN, at high temperature, where bromo group is replaced by cyano group. Phenyl cyanide, it's also called as benzonitrile, phenyl cyanide or benzonitrile. Now this compound on acid hydrolysis, cyano group is converted into carboxyl group that gives benzoic acid. Then on treating with lithium aluminium hydride, here it gives benzyl group, benzylamine, C6H5CH2NH2, benzylamine. Partial hydrolysis, here 2 moles, partial hydrolysis only 1. That gives benzamide, CONH2, benzamide. Next, one more important reaction is Ullmann reaction. It is suitable for iodobenzene. Ullmann reaction. Ullmann reaction, where when iodobenzene is reacts with the copper, it gives diphenyl. Diphenyl is formed. If you take the compound like this, Cl, NO2. Reacts with copper. Same kind of reaction takes place. It gives diaryl compounds with two nitro groups. So one more reaction, cyano derivative with methyl group. On treating with copper, it gives diaryl derivative with methyl group. So all these are example for Ullmann reaction. So this is about the chemical properties of aromatic compound, that is chlorobenzene. Next we'll go for the polyhalogen compounds. See, in the polyhalogen compounds, the first compound is about the chloroform. CHCl3, chloroform. IUPAC name of chloroform, trichloromethane. It's about the methods of preparation. First one, when ethanol C2H5OH, this reacts with chlorine. First, chlorine acts as the oxidizing agent that converts ethanol to ethanol, CH3CHO, ethanol. And this ethanol further reacts with chlorine to give trichloroethanol. Trichloroethanol is formed. Trichloroethanol on hydrolysis, that gives chloroform, CHCl3. Now, so another method in the preparation of chloroform, that's about haloform reaction. In haloform reaction, methyl ketones are taken. If you take chlorine in presence of sodium hydroxide, that gives chloroform, CHCl3, and sodium salt of carboxylic acid, This reaction is called as haloform reaction. Now, so these are the best method in the preparation of chloroform. It's about chemical properties of chloroform. CHCl3, chloroform. On treating with silver, that gives ethine, CH triple bond, CH, ethine is formed. So chloroform on treating with silver, that gives ethine. So next reaction is with concentrated nitric acid. It is very, very important. On treating with concentrated nitric acid, that gives chloropicrin, CCl3NO2. This compound is called as chloropicrin. It is used as a tear gas. Chloropicrin is used as a tear gas. Now, the next reaction, chloroform with benzene. In presence of aluminium chloride. Okay. It gives which compound? CHCl3. It undergoes Friedel-Crafts reaction. With benzene. The next one, reaction with chlorine. So chloroform reacts with chlorine, that gives carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. Commercial name for CCl4 is pyrene. It's called as pyrene. It is used in fire extinguisher. Pyrene, CCl4. Now, next reaction is called as carbylamine reaction. So in carbylamine reaction, chloroform CHCl3 reacts with primary amine in presence of potassium hydroxide, that gives isocyanide, carbylamine. Intolerable smell is formed, isocyanide. One more reaction is very important one. The reaction of chloroform with acetone in alkaline medium. Acetone in alkaline medium. Here addition reaction takes place. As a result, it gives CH3. Carbon to oxygen double bond becomes single bond, OH. H goes to oxygen. CCl3 goes to carbon atom, CCl3. That compound is used as a hypnotic agent. It's called as chloritone. Chloritone is used as a hypnotic agent. So these are the chemical properties of chloroform. And chloroform on oxidation, it gives a poisonous compound called carbonyl chloride. It's also called as phosgene, carbonyl chloride called phosgene. Now, the next compound is about the iodoform, CHI3. Just like chloroform, iodoform can be prepared using haloform reaction. Here we can take ethanol or a compound which contains CH3CO group. Iodoform CHI3 triiodomethane, first one. Ethanol C2H5OH when reacts with iodine in presence of sodium hydroxide, that gives iodoform CHI3. So other two reaction, one is using lactic acid, CH3C OH HCOOH, lactic acid, 2-hydroxypropanoic acid. When this compound is heated with sodium iodate, NaOI, sodium iodate, that gives iodoform CHI3 and sodium salt of oxalic acid, One more reaction where pyruvic acid is taken, this is lactic acid. In the next reaction, pyruvic acid, CH3CO COOH, pyruvic acid. When pyruvic acid is heated with sodium iodate, it gives iodoform CHI3, iodoform is formed, and byproduct is sodium oxalate. So these are different methods in the preparation of iodoform. It's about chemical properties of iodoform. CHI3 iodoform. When it reacts with red phosphorus and HI, reducing agent, that gives CH2I2, diiodomethane. One more reaction where iodoform reacts with silver at high temperature, that gives acetylene. So about the term freons, chlorofluorocarbons are nothing but freons. So one more type of compound, that is CCl4, carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. Tetrahalides. It's about carbon tetrachloride, about the preparation. Methane on chlorination in diffuse sunlight. The final product is carbon tetrachloride. All the 4 hydrogen atom is replaced by chloro group, that gives carbon tetrachloride. Next one, the methane CH4 reacts with chlorine in presence of cuprous chloride that gives CCl4 and HCl, CCl4 and HCl. So this is about the preparation of carbon tetrachloride. There's one more method where carbon disulfide, CH2, carbon disulfide, on treating with chlorine, Cl2, in presence of AlCl3, that gives carbon tetrachloride and sulfur monochloride, S2Cl2 monochloride. This will go for the chemical properties of carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. So some of the chemical properties of carbon tetrachloride on treating with iron in presence of water, CCl4 is converted into chloroform, CHCl3. Next reaction with the aqueous potassium hydroxide. It gives potassium carbonate, K2CO3, potassium carbonate. So next one, reaction is steam at high temperature. Okay. It gives COCl2, phosgene, or it is also called as carbonyl chloride. And the last reaction with hydrogen fluoride and antimony pentachloride. It gives CF2Cl2, freon, fluorocarbons. So this is about some of the important part of polyhalogen compounds, where a chloroform is used as a anesthetic agent. Iodoform is used as an antiseptic. Where how iodoform acts as antiseptic? Iodoform decomposes to give iodine. That liberated iodine, it acts as a antiseptic. So these are the very important concepts as well as reactions of haloalkanes and haloarenes.